You okay?
God, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just having a quiet moment, you know, to reflect. God, it's cold in here. I mean, it's airy, you know, with the ceiling being so high.
Yes. It's a bit cold in the winter.
I bet it is. Still, nice in this weather to cool off a bit.
Well, that's one way of getting people in, I suppose.
You could ply 'em with ice lollies and all. That'd get 'em in.
Oh, I don't think I could stretch to ice lollies. It's a nice thought.
Better still, freeze the wine onto sticks. Do you do wine?
Not for the congregation, no.
Well, that'd be where you're going wrong then. You don't get many?
We used to have more. They're dying off now.
What, literally?
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Old people are into God, aren't they?
Yes, they are generally. Old, like me.
Don't be daft. You're not old.
Thank you. You're very kind. But we'd all like to be younger, wouldn't we?
Not me. I'd like to go through all that again, me. Still, there's life in the old dog yet, eh?
I was the youngest priest ever to run this parish. Quite a novelty, actually. Don't have that appeal anymore. Still, I do my best.
I bet you do. Being in charge and that. Hey, he'll be sending you all text messages soon, won't he? God. Emails and that.
I wish he would. Make my job a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, it must be hard. I couldn't do it. All them secrets that you have to keep. Suffering and fear of other people.
You mean confession?
Yeah. Confession. Do you go to confession, Father, or are you kind of exempt?
No. We're none of us perfect. Except, of course, in the eyes of God.
Well, you must be very forgiving, God. But that's a relief to you, isn't it?
Relief? Why would that be a relief to me?
I just thought, well, you know, if you can't forgive someone, then you know that God will. It must be hard.
Compassion is a gift. One that I'll always be grateful for. Not to judge.
Well, I like my job, Father. See, I can get away with a lot, me, without my boss catching me. You can't, though, can you? No, it gives me a lot of freedom. See, people trust me with all the crap, and I take it away for them, and they carry on building up more shit in their lives until I come along and take it away from them again. I'm sorry for saying shit, Father.
Yes, well.
You know, I should come to church more often, me, Father, and remind myself.
A bin man's an admirable job. Where would we all be without you? Priest, however. People don't seem to want to hear God's word anymore. Although people need the church now more than ever. They can't hear him. I go to local schools. I'm on the board for the local community projects. But when it comes to the church, it seems that all we have to offer nowadays is the summer fair.
Well, that's sad, isn't it? People have grown out of religion now, Father. It's had its day. You know, I'm very lucky, me. Considering how my life first started out. I've got God to thank for that.
Well, it's good that you recognise God's significance in your life. Most people don't see God's relevance, can't hear him, and don't seem to be able to find him.
Well, I'm well aware of the huge part God's played in my life, Father.
Well, I hope to see you again. Door's always open to you. You're always welcome here.
Your hands are smaller than mine. I've got big hands. Strong. Your hands are smaller than mine. I'm a much bigger man than you. I'm bigger than you now. But I'm a good person. People care about me. Father, they love me. I don't know how you could do it. Awful, terrible things. Fear and suffering. It's not God's fault though, is it? It's yours! And I can see, Father, that you don't remember exactly which one I am, do you? And do you know what? I'm offended. And it makes me sick that I'm offended.
Even if what you did was bad, very bad, God will forgive you. He loves you without condition. You should know that. You're not the first to come back here. I have been a priest all my adult life, and I know a little bit about my faith. Not everything, no. And I've done a great deal of good for this community. I've been mugged, beaten and spat on in the process. I've been gracious enough to forgive those who have abused me. I'm not expecting to be canonized for it. I was merely doing the work I was chosen to do, to the best of my ability. And God will see that.